Welcome back to Star City News. I'm Zach Penrice. The Nebraska football team is gearing up for Saturday's game on the road against Northwestern. The team is looking to avoid its first 0-6 start in program history. Head coach Scott Frost is optimistic by a good week of practice from his team.
I think we had our best week of practice ever again. So if our goal is to get better day by day, it's been a good week.
A good week of practice goes a long way, but the undisciplined Huskers commit more penalties than anyone in the country. Northwestern, however, commits the third fewest.
They're not going to beat themselves. They play sound football, tough. So we've got to make sure we go in there. We can't turn the ball over, can't have the penalties and get behind the chains. And in order, if we do that, we're not going to be successful.
The Wildcats' run game has been stopped after their best back, Jeremy Larkin, had to quit football due to health reasons. Because of this, Northwestern has the worst rushing attack in the Big Ten.
I don't want to say they're going to be one-dimensional because they've been a really good running team before.
A run-first offense in the past turned into a spread-out air raid attack.
They're going to air it out, so it's on us.
Is that fun as a cornerback?
It is. We love to get tested. Hey, we just got to show them that we can play.
Wins start with being able to run the ball and stop the run. And I don't really think they're going to be one-dimensional. If they are, then we need to do a good job in the pass game, and they're really efficient at that.
With a heavy presence of Nebraska alums in the Chicago area, and this being the student travel game, Scott Frost is looking for the Husker faithful to be out in full force.
I hope there's a lot. I know that's the MO for Nebraska fans, so I hope there's a lot of red in the stadium. But we're planning on it. We're not going to use a silent snap count, so we need Nebraska fans to show up.
Nebraska's game against Northwestern kicks off at 11 a.m. on Saturday and will be broadcast live on ABC. And there are expected to be over 10,000 Husker fans in attendance. The Nebraska volleyball team improved to 15-2 on the year with an impressive sweep over Indiana last night in front of a sold-out Bob Devaney Sports Center.
Well, I thought we got better tonight. We dominated them 2 games, which was great. We worked through some things tonight. Winning that second game was big for us in a lot of ways because we had chances to lose it. We were feeling a lot of pressure because we let a big lead get away, and we got to keep getting better every week in this conference.
Our goal for today was attack, and so we were attacking from the service line, attacking by hitting, attacking at everything we were doing, and so our mindset was to attack our serve and, get them out of system. So I think we did a really good job with that today.
This weekend, the Huskers travel to University Park, Pennsylvania for a date with 9th-ranked Penn State, which is just the beginning of what is a tough stretch.
I think this whole team is very hungry. We're definitely looking forward to every match from here on out, and we just know the things we need to do and the things we're not going to let happen to us again.
But this is what this conference is about, and we have to raise our level to compete with these teams, and that's really our only choice.
The 5th-ranked Huskers take on the Nittany Lions at 7 p.m. on Saturday night on the road. You can catch all the action live on Big Ten Network. The Big Ten Basketball Media Day was today in Chicago, and 4 Husker players, along with head coach Tim Miles, were in attendance. Nebraska is coming off an impressive 22-win season and returns 4 starters from last year. However, the team comes into 2018 with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, having been left out of the NCAA tournament last season despite an impressive campaign.
Coming in this year, we definitely more focused than we were last year. Starting off in first couple weeks of practice. And
you sit there and look at, they won 22 regular season games, 13 in the Big Ten, more than we've ever won in Husker history, and it's hollow because you go to the NIT. We don't want to duplicate hollow.
The last time there was this much hype around the basketball program, the team was coming off an NCAA tournament appearance and proceeded to win 13 of 31 games. But head coach Tim Miles says there was a big difference between that team and his current squad.
I feel like we're just better equipped. This is a good group. It's a group that's got, I think, a high ceiling. When you look at James Palmer Jr. is a very good player. Isaac Copeland is playing better than I've ever seen him. Glenn Watson's playing. I think he realizes where he fits in with this particular group after having to carry a big load for a couple of years as a younger player and then fitting in, later in life. And now Isaiah Roby, I think, is getting better and better, too.
The basketball team hosts Wayne State on November 1st for an exhibition game and opens up the regular season against Mississippi Valley State on November 6th. Both games will be played at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Nebraska opens up Big Ten Conference play on December 2nd when they host Illinois. And stepping away from Lincoln and taking a look at what's coming up around the country in a busy night of sports, highlighted by tonight's Thursday night football matchup between the Eagles and the Giants. Philadelphia 2-3, New York is 1-4 on the year. Elsewhere in the United States, soccer team tonight hosts Colombia in an international friendly at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay. The U.S. is still without a permanent head coach and looking to recover from last year's disappointment of not making the World Cup. Kickoff is scheduled for 6:30 p.m. And finally, we have some college football tonight as in-state battle is taking place between Texas Tech and TCU. The Big 12 battle will kick off at 6:30 p.m. You can catch all the action live on ESPN. Well, that'll do it for sports tonight. Stick around, plenty still to come on Star City News.